Hi, this is Trisha from Lemon Paper Lab. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use guides in Photoshop. First off, let's go ahead and create a new file. For this demonstration, I'm going to go 3600 pixels by 3600 pixels, and we're just going to create a scrapbook page layout. I'm going to set my resolution to 300 pixels per inch. Color mode is RGB color, and then I like to work with a transparent background. So we'll go ahead and click on Create. Guides are a great way to help set up a layout. So to access them, you're going to go to View, Guides, and then let's just start with the basics of a new guide. If you select here, you can specify how many pixels you want your guide to be from the edge, and you can set it at vertical or horizontal. You also have the option to use a percentage. So in this case, 50%. Vertical. If we click on OK, we can see that we have it set to the middle of our canvas. And then if we set a horizontal one, View, Guide, New Guide, we can do this as well. We'll go 50%. This time we'll set it to horizontal, clicking on OK, and we can see our guides there. A couple keyboard shortcuts for you here. If you ever want to just hide your guides, for Mac users, that is Command with the semicolon, and that would be Control semicolon for PC. And then you can just have it hidden, and if you want to bring it back, just use that same shortcut, Command with the semicolon or Control semicolon, and those guides will appear as well. Another way to create a grid line is to drag it out here from the side, and you can place it where you want on the canvas. You can do that from the top here as well. And then if you want to just clear your guides altogether, you can go to View, Guide, Clear Guides, and it will get rid of your guides here. Another option for creating our guidelines is we are going to go to View, Guide. Here we have New Guide Layout. And then from here, you can specify the columns, the rows, and we can even add a margin. So let's go ahead and start creating our layout. So I'm going to go with a margin. Let's go 1 inch for all of these here. Okay, so we've set our 1 inch from the edge. And then let's give a gutter. Let's try 20 pixels. Let's go a little bit larger. Let's go 50 pixels. And we'll do that the same here for the rows as well, just so we have some spacing. And then you can also specify the exact height or exact width that you want your columns as an option as well. And then let's go ahead and click on OK here. So we're at the start of our layout. Let's go ahead and just grab our rectangular marquee tool. So let's create the first section. I'm going to use those guides, and then I'm just going to create a rectangle here. I'm going to set this to my default, and then I'm just going to fill that with my foreground color. That is Option Delete for Mac, Alt Backspace for PC. And then let's go ahead and deselect those pixels, Command or Control D. And then we'll go New Layer here, and then say we're going to add some photos here on the side. We'll just fill that with our foreground color, Option Delete, Alt Backspace for PC. And then I just want that duplicated. So let's go ahead and duplicate this layer. You can go right click, Duplicate Layer, or you can just use the keyboard shortcut, Command or Control J. So we're going to go with 4 of those. We'll access that Move tool, and then I'm just going to bring this to this line here, and then I'm just going to select all of them, and then we're just going to use our spacing tools here, align tools, just to distribute those vertically. So we have some elements here. So now we have the start of a basic layout. Let's go ahead and hide them. I'm going to go Command semicolon or Control semicolon, and we will just hide them here. So one tip that I like to do with guides, so I've got this basic layout here, but say in this section I want it to be divided differently, and maybe the existing guides that I have don't really help me with that. And so one thing I'll do is I'll convert this to a smart object. So we'll go right click, Convert to Smart Object. We'll jump in to this one here. We can turn off the visibility. We'll just add a new layer just so we can see it. And then I'll go through the process again. We'll go view, guide, new guide layout. And then I'll use guides within this smart object to help plan that layout. So say in this case, we don't need a margin. And then let's go ahead and let's divide it in rows. So let's say we just have one column here. Let's go with 3 rows. We'll keep our same gutter height, and then we'll go ahead and click on OK. And then I'll just use that marquee tool. We'll draw out our rectangle, fill it with my foreground color option, delete for Mac, Alt backspace for PC. Go ahead and deselect those pixels, Command or Control D. And then let's just duplicate that, Command or Control J 2 times. We'll access our move tool, bring it down to the bottom, and then we'll just space those out there. So then let's go ahead and save this smart object, Command or Control S to save it. We'll go ahead and close it out, Command or Control W. So by doing that, we were able to create a little bit more of a complex layout that would be more difficult to achieve with just guides on this one page here. And then if you like the way it looks, you could always right click. Scrolling down here, we'll just go convert to layers. It will make it a group here. And then if you want to just get rid of that group, let's just delete our group here. So then we have them as their own layer here in this document. So that's just one way I like to use a smart object in conjunction with the guides to create more complex layouts. So you also have the option to create a guide from a shape. So let's go ahead and bring up our hidden guides, Command semicolon or Control semicolon, and then let's go ahead and actually clear these guides. So we'll go to View, Guide, Clear Guides. And then let's just select one of our rectangles here. We're going to go to View, Guide, and then we do have this new guide from Shape, and it will create those guidelines according to your shape dimensions. So that is also an option as well. If you find that you're using guides a lot, then I recommend actually creating an action for it. So let's go ahead and make sure your actions panel is open. You can find it under Window Actions here. Currently, I have mine set to button mode, and the 2 actions that we're going to create here is this new guide layout and the clear guides. So in this case, if I just click clear guides, those guides disappear. If I click new guide layout, it will bring up that dialog box so I can quickly enter what I want for my layout. So we need to switch from button mode. So I'm going to hit on the icon here, and we're going to turn button mode off. And then let's go ahead and create a new action set. Just give it a name. I'm just going to put guide, clicking on OK. And we can see that new folder here. Then I'm going to click this plus icon to start creating a new action. Let's go with new guide layout. It's in the guide set folder here. And then let's go ahead and click on record. To access that guide menu, again, we have to go to View here. When you're creating actions and you need to access this top menu, what you need to do is you need to click on this icon here, and then we are going to click on Insert Menu Item. Here we now can select View, Guide, and then we are going to go New Guide Layout. And then just click on OK to record that, and then we are going to just stop our action there. So let's just go ahead and test that action. So I'm on this new guide layout. We'll hit this plus icon, and we can see that it brings up that dialog box, which will then allow us to enter something in. So we'll just keep what we have here. And then let's create the other action, which is where it just clears our guides for us. So I'm clicking on that set, adding a plus icon. We'll just go clear guides. It's in our guide set. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. And then again, I need to access that top menu. So we're going to go to the menu options here, insert menu item. We're going to go to View, Guides, Clear Guides. You can see that it's recorded here. We'll go ahead and click on OK. And then we'll go ahead and stop that. We'll select our action here. We'll hit play, and we can see that it has turned off those guides for us. So we have our guide set here. I'm going to drag it to the top just so we can see it. And then let's click over to that button mode here. And so we have our new guide layout, clear guides. As you can see, I have color coded these other ones here. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you how you can color code them. So we'll go back and turn off button mode. If you click on the action here and click into the menu icon, we can go to action options. And then from here under color, you can select a color. Let's try purple, violet here, clicking on OK. We'll do the same color for this one. Action options, violet. And then if we go back to our button mode, we can see that we have our new actions here, new guide layout, which if we push the button, we can access our new guide layout. And then we can also clear our guides here. So I just want to show you that you can create an action for that as well to help improve your workflow when using guides in Photoshop. I hope you like this video on how to use guides in Photoshop. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. This is Trisha from Lemon Paper Lab. See you next time.